Philippines. So naririnig ko na ang side ng Falcons. Excited na ba kayo for game number 2?
Okay.
Paano naman ang Cavalry? Ibato na natin sa ating mga casters.
Here we go, game 2 upon us. Team Falcons got smacked in the face in game 1. This draft, I have to agree, should be able to go ahead and solidify a win here in game 2. And I have to say it too, man. As a Gord main, yeah, I'm a little scared of this lineup that Team Falcons brought.
Yes.
Theory, on paper, very good. Double support emblem, you get one of the XP, one of the Badang, so they get way much faster cooldown reduction at the same time. Shields for themselves.
Ooh, that right there.
Good aggression in the mid by Ogun and Haji, knowing that they have the prio. But then how well will Falcons fare for Turtle 1s to 2? Because that's where they got trumped in the last one. If they do better then yeah, they can coast.
Uh-oh, throwing out that projectile. Sanji spots 3. Kyle comes through, force flicker out of 2 here. Already Liquid get flushed out of their own side, but Carl Easy the GOAT slowly but surely mirroring the steal, and he gets away with it.
Oh, he gets away with it too.
Oh, and
and he got that.
Got that too.
That's not good if you're Team Falcons. They spent way too much time trying to mirror what Carl Teasy was just doing freely, right?
Yeah.
You can see that kind of minor delay is going to have an effect on Kyle for now.
Which is why I thought that after that Golem invade, Kyle would go to his own Lizard so that when he could clear Lizard, get Orange, then get Beetle, that's when he'll hit level 4. But, well, he decided to turn his rotation around. Then again, the Turtles spawning here. Still not that much dire straits here for Falcons. Let's just see if Kyle will be able to hit level 4 with this Lizard take. As Carl is already level 4. Yeah, he should be good. He should be good.
So he'll be okay for the first turtle. And, you know, part of this, again, is playing into the fact that you've got a lot of crowd control if you're Team Liquid Philippines. That's why there's 3 Purifies over here for Team Falcons. That's going to go ahead and help them solidify some of these team fights early on, especially. They've got control of the first turtle. Kyle will work on that while the rest of TL is in the zone. Carl Teasy will go ahead and walk up on this Fredrin, see if they find out for it.
SANFORD taking that white brush to the right. Quick knock up onto JP. Ogun steals the turtle. And now JP running away very low. Crimson Beacon on the Sanji. Smacks the Chalkies in the middle of 3. Carl with a fade away of Razor's Wrath. Still gets taken down, but can't get paid by 4. Super Marco early rotation. Blazing to it underneath tier 1. 1 for 1, but Falcons get the turtle.
Yeah, really good there that Sanji was able to get the missile projectile in the gush onto Kyle to secure that kill. Falcons would be able to get the turtle though. Still, Liquid got to balance it out. The EXP lane Flap had to rush the Dreadnought armor because he is back in the support emblem. It's good, but the bad thing is you're not as tanky. You're very squishy. You get faster shields, but the Paquito can delete it.
Whoa! Speaking of, SANFORD comes through. There's the crack and the punish from Falcons as Ogun takes down 40.
I'm glad to see the Badang in action here in the hands of Ogun, who suffered a whole lot in game 1. Now he's up 2-0, helping the tempo with this lineup from Team Falcons as they continue.
Flap right on Carl Easy's face. He knows how to play against this Fredrin. Appraiser's Wrath, but still Flap wants more.
Yeah, just sending him back. Kyle will be able to get the Beetle here. Carl still makes it to his orange. So looking at the draft picture, wait, Ogun.
Mounted by Daddy JP, flickers back, some shields, keeping him topped up. He's taking Daddy JP all the way this deep. And now Ogun gets a shield, survives. Crimson Beacon from Haji. Flap dancing around, JP will live.
Yeah, he knows he can survive, so that's why JP just went all the way there. He still had his flicker. 25 seconds until the next turtle. Kyle needs to regen some health, get his own buffs down. Carl Teasy. I think you have to watch out for mainly the Gord and the placements of Haji on this Juicin. My eyes are on the 2 mid laners heading into this next turtle. Well, of course, watch out since it is spawning closer to the gold lane. Teddy and Super Marco can join in the fray. Could become a big 5v5.
I like what Wolf was mentioning in the draft, and you know, again, I know for international viewers that's in Filipino, but what he did mention is that there's no way for TL that they draft those first, you know, heroes that they had in the first phase that are so shield dependent. You got an Esmeralda across from you. Is the Gord the plan to go ahead and help deal with this? Is there something else to deal with Flap before you answer that fight?
Kyle jumps on to Sanji. Sanji brings out the ordnance, gushing through. Carl secures the turtle, but Sanji falls. Kyle gets him. And there's a wall put up, a crack, and Kyle just barely sidesteps away, but SANFORD finishes the jab. Liquid are pushing Falcons once again to fight, goading them into more aggression.
Yeah, to answer your question, Team Liquid Philippines definitely gave that, knowing that they'd be going up against an Esmeralda. It's just, if you look at the firepower of Liquid, there's a lot. That despite you being able to make a lot of shields as an Esme, the only other pick that's stopping SANFORD is the Batang. But the Batang also has to mark, well, the Harith, the Gord, even the Glue in some ways, but mainly the Fredrin. That it's not like the Kufra Esmeralda game they had against Onyx Philippines. It's a little bit, just a little bit easier for SANFORD to get crafty with the angles that he's approaching from.
Yeah, this is another thing too. Both gold laners have essentially been able to go ahead and do what they need to farm up. They got an assist, of course, throughout that last team fight, but still they're neck and neck in terms of farm here. We'll see how they play in part here, because especially for Super Marco, you know, he's got his DHS. He can be there for the next turtle. Both gold laners can, as we see this breakout. But another thing too for Team Falcons is this is that lineup, similar to what we were saying, where that lineup in game one, they should have played, you know, maybe a little bit slow, but they just didn't get a chance to. Well, this, I feel like they're keeping the pace under control against Team Liquid. And that's the best case scenario for them with this kind of lineup. It's just more so also,
Kyle gets caught up, and here goes Ogwin to save him. And now Haji responds as well. Carl Teasy put down to a third. Crimson Beacon. Carl Teasy dashes back. Close call. Not much from Falcons here. They're not gonna force it.
Yeah, they know they couldn't force it because they didn't have the minion wave.
Oh, the gosh, right on Ogwin's face. No way he survives this. The master gets slain.
Did they not expect that there would be members of Liquid there? Because they just committed a big four-man. Most teams already know that there are going to be bodies. I know he was checking, but you're up against a Gord.
This is the problem, right? This is what we were talking about, is the amount of crowd control that you have. And again, you have Fear Fines, but if your flicker is gone, Ogun gets punished. So what that results to is the last turtle going in the hands of Team Liquid. The gold lead's going to shift, although it is just pretty minuscule. It's nothing too big, but TL, you'll see them start to go ahead and put pressure on the side of jungle for Team Falcons up to this point. Flap and Kyle, though, they want to go for this tier 1.
Oh, looking for that surge. It looks like 40's happy to just waste time. Here, Super Marco gets taken down. Max range. Oh, that gosh, and all this while, they've been working on taking down the Apex Predator. SANFORD does fall, but at what cost?
Yeah, the minion wave couldn't stand long enough for Falcons to break the tower. Marco got taken down topside. Not a good trade for Falcons.
Round 2. In mid, Hogan puts up a wall, but JP is hell-bent on getting a mount. There's a crack. JP flickers back.
All right, JP's got to flicker out. This is going to be a tier 1. Kyle will go ahead and knock that down, man. They spent a lot of time at trying to get that objective. They will end up opening up the map a little bit, but also top side, look what happened, right? Their tier 2 took some damage. They pretty much mirror what TL is doing is mirroring what Team Falcons wants to do. And so it puts them in the situation of where do we put our guys? Where do we put our rotations more? And where's more important for Team Falcons?
Yeah, what's annoying right now for Falcons is if you... We actually have numbers here with total damage dealt, damage taken. Very even in the gold, close enough. It's the total control time. 45 seconds for Team Liquid so far, just 23 for Falcons. So that extra amount of control that Liquid has is what's giving a lot of difficulty for Falcons in the fights. Yeah. It still could be brought closer, not that far off in terms of the gold. But they need to see if they can start getting more gold on this Juicin specifically, because Sanji is starting to run away with the lead.
Oh, point blank gush without any warning. A volley right in Marco's face. They catch Ogwin, force a flicker out of it. And now he answers with a crack. Haji looking to choke him up, but Sanji will finish the job. JP goes up, and there's a trade 1-for-1.
Good trade. They deal with that at least, but this is going to be a problem trying to work against all these amount of crowd controls and stuns that TL has.
Whoop! Flap here, caught in the crowd control, and there it is, another gush plus a Salmon Force. Might have been overkill. That's not what Falcons was looking for.
After all of that, Liquid still has almost double the total crowd control time. 53 seconds to Falcons 27.
Oh, look at that damage.
They force RG back. Another Crimson Beacon wasted. Liquid are looking to secure the Lord here. Down to 1/8 of its health. Kyle looking to steal. Goes through the back, and Carl Teasy gets that Lord to wear a Liquid jersey.
This is the problem. Oh, Ogwin in trouble again.
He's caught between the walls. 11 floors plus gosh. The GOAT secures the kill. And now they go for Kyle's purple.
Oh man, those projectiles just stopping them in their tracks. Purple's still there for Kyle to take. They pulled off of it. Sanji, quite low, has to get out.
Couldn't finish the job. Sanji will live, staying here, hiding in the Y-brush. A Brazer's Rat knocks out Flap. Talking about knockouts. Sanford looking for more, forcing a defensive surge, but Sanford will find a Marco with a brrrr. Blazing duet, taking down 40. There's the shutdown.
Yeah, Falcons needed to get something there because this is getting completely out of hand already. We talked about Turtle 2 and Turtle 3. That has extended up to Lord 1, with which Liquid was able to get freely, as we saw. Falcons will be able to stop this from getting any charges. Still somewhat close, but they're putting all of their eggs now on Super Marco at this point. Haji does have a Sky Piercer. Don't believe the graphic. That's only supposed to be one Sky Piercer. We're okay here. Don't worry. That's not two. There's not a new build you don't know about. But it seems like the drafting philosophy of Liquid for this series is just pack a lot of crowd control against a team that has a really good team fight. They've respected Falcons' ability to fight, what they showed off against Onyx, and they realized we can just bring back an old favorite. Spam Fredrin, pair it up with even more crowd control, damage EXP, old school favorite in a Paquito, and which is why this was an important match for Falcons to, a game for Falcons to win. Because if they want this, then they're thinking already, okay, we still have an answer to Paquito. If even after the Esmeralda, even after the Badang, they still cannot take out the Paquito, then they have to start committing bans to take it away from Sanford.
Yeah, they won't want to take that away. They're trying to hold on to what they can in their base here. But this is the thing. Now you got a Divine Glaive.
Another projection plus gush combo puts Flap at half.
Mystic Gas.
Yeah, that Divine Glaive last pickup is enough. You know, it's been the Glowing Wand and the Lightning Tranchant, and Sanji's already capped up 5 kills. So what more now? And it's so surprising to see, again, you know, Carl Teasy picking up the Fredrin back-to-back after what we saw even in the last games. We saw,
Another gush comes through, taking down Ogwin, just like that. Kyle Teasy can't even sniff his purple.
And Ogwin knew that he didn't need to commit his ultimate there to try and salvage that. It would have been too difficult for Falcons to take that fight. Marco, ouch.
All right, shield's gonna pop here. Down on the bottom side, again, TL now, it's 4,000 ahead for them. And it seems like Team Falcons is in that same situation that they were in Game 1, where it's like they just have to respond to TL, you know, putting the pressure wherever they decide to. How do you get around these projectiles? How do you get around those little mini crowd controls that this lineup that TL has?
Oh, it's even tough to say because you already have the Purifies. But then even if you Purify, there's already a good chance Sanji is blasting you. It's a cop-out, but play better. Out-execute them. Liquid are just really executing. Falcons, theoretically, we said it, have all the tools that they need. It's just how do you execute that when the other team is just so good at it?
Kyle is so far off. I don't think he can make it back in time. They've already picked a fight with Flap and Haji. Flap here is gonna get taken down very, very quickly. Crimson Beacon by Haji. 40 Kyle and Ogwin. There's no way. There's no way. Sanford flickers back.
Sanford buys enough time in the 1v2 while TL took out Flap.
Oh my lord, another gush. Crimson Beacon. Kelly helps Sanji finish the job. And just like that, another message sent and received. This lord belongs to Liquid.
Go next, Sanford, perfect placement. Put himself in right bush mid. Waited for Ogwin and Kyle. Liquid read their rotations. This is a Liquid that just knows everything that's going on. They expect what you're gonna do next, and they already put themselves in the perfect place to answer it.
Rennie, I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. And I'm pretty sure some of the chat's saying it too. You know, ban the Paquito or take the Paquito away from Sanford.
Yep.
The amount of value and efficiency that he's having on this pick is too much for TL right now. And maybe even again, you know, considering how do you get through all this? You have Purifies, you have to outplay them, but every single time they approach a fight that's started up by that stun, you lose someone.
Just like that, in a snap, Flap easily gets erased off the map.
And he's supposed to be a tanky hero here with this, but when you're just burnt through like that, but this
Diamond forward, Ogwin flickers back just to save himself. Lord still standing, more than half health. Carl Teasy catches Haji. Crimson Beacon flicker back. Super Marco wailing away, taking care of the Lord. But Liquid will continue to push in, demolishing that mid lane inhibitor.
All right, base turrets still one stands for Team Falcons. They'll hold on to it. But TL,
Oh,
sebelas
another
lagi.
gosh, Kyle Deasy surges back,
Mati dong.
another stop.
and Ogwin gets picked up once
Yeah.
more. Teddy is on a rampage.
Absen semua.
Oh, blazing duet from Marco plus the freeze. JP here flickers back. Go
Hmm.
easy.
Ribet
Wheeler
buat.
appraiser's wrath of all appraisers' wrath.
What?
Right down
What?
Marco. Kyle looking for more double kill for him. Kyle
Mati
shut
dong.
down. Kyle goes down.
kocak.
Knockout strike and Haji versus 2.
Oh!
And there's the wipeout. The KDA machine gets 3
Bisa
stacks.
sih.
The machine says, not in my house. We're not going down with a fight. I thought Carl
Tapi
Deasy
sama
delivered
aja,
the
nggak bisa
dagger
ngapa-ngapain, Cok.
with
What-
that
what-
taunt, with the Appraiser's Wrath, perfect to
bisa
delete
apa-apa.
Marco in an instant. But then Falcons
Setidaknya
swing
kan, Cok,
back
sih.
with Kyle through Haji. Signs of life for the Falcons.
A messy fight there for Team Liquid, potentially trying to end the game off this push. Look at the
Kok mati
replay here, how this
Teddy?
planned out.
Winter Crown blazing duet when he gets out. The taunt is perfect. And with all the damage Carl Deasy took, it is an instant delete on the Claude.
Masuk
But Kyle
Carl
went
Deasy.
in perfectly. Since Teddy already committed the Zaman Force,
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
went for that initial push, he didn't have it. And then Falcons just countered through
Hajinya
their
Sky
juice
Piercer.
in, which now has 3 stacks on the Sky Piercer.
A millisecond of hesitation would have
Dapat
led to
dong.
this ending.
3.
Right then and
Yep.
there.
Yep.
But Haji
Dulu.
said, nah, not like this. From red side last night,
Jadi sangar
starting
lah.
game
nanti.
4. No, game... Yes, game
Game
4.
four, yep,
Yep,
game
they
four.
started to clap it back. This could be that.
Hey, Renmar, I think they just went with the, what we mentioned. They just got to play better. Well, when that team fight, they played better. But this is the problem. The Lord still controlled by Team Liquid. Does Team Falcons take that? Do they just
Team
defend?
Falcons.
They're going to try to get a range
Yes.
Haji looking for the choke out.
Siapa yang
Oh,
dapat
he comes
buat,
in,
Cok.
gets deleted. He
Ribet
was hoping on
buat.
a dream, and they're a man
Mati
down.
dong.
Ogwin gets
Mati lagi
mounted
dong.
by Daddy JP.
Oh, the
Absen.
timing with a Mystic projectile
Perfect.
was on
Absen.
point to take out Kyle.
Ogwin is out.
Udah,
It's a
udah.
3-man
Clear,
defense
clear.
for Falcons.
GG.
Liquid can smell it.
Yang
Liquid
dua
are
masih
slowly
ke
galloping
LTS.
towards their
Yang kuat.
base.
Endable.
Yep, they got a wave pushing in. They're going to try to defend.
Gush forcing out the Crimson Beacon, and Sanford takes down Haji. The base is up next.
Ngeri
Marco with the
banget.
blazing duet, the Hail Mary play. Minions get wiped out,
udah
but
clear.
Liquid takes down Flap, and just like that,
GG.
Liquid take another 2-0.
Lanjut game 3.
Hope